Welcome everybody to start of something new here on the channel. This is going to be called the Tier 5 Takeover. What this is going to be. I started a new account. Obviously it's not this one. You can tell by the bottom there. This is the same name we use for Campus Tour. We have a brand new account. We are 0-0 into the road to the CFP mode. How long is it going to take us to reach the Heisman division using only Tier 5 teams? Now, I made that video a little while ago about my favorite Tier 4 and Tier 5 teams. I didn't cover all my favorite Tier 5 teams. I think this is going to be a good way for us to do that, and to show that you can go online and win with a lot of these Tier 5 teams. Now, obviously, I'm probably going to be more experienced at this game than a lot of people in these lower levels. We should be able to do okay, at least at the beginning here, but I do think this will be a good kind of walkthrough for anybody who might be struggling in the online head-to-head stuff. I personally think Road to the CFP is the best mode of this game, just personally. I never really tried Ultimate Team though, so maybe that's better. I haven't tried it in this game. But Road to CFP for me is just so much fun. I love it so much. I wanted to start a new account, start a new challenge, see how we can do. Now first, we are going to be using the Central Michigan Chippewas. And another thing with this series too is I talked about some of my favorite Tier 5 teams, but I never really went in too much depth about them. I talked just a little bit about them, but I want to really highlight some of these teams. So I really do think there are some very good Tier 5 teams. We might end up mixing in a little bit of Tier 4. We'll see about that. I suppose it just kind of depends on how bored we get just by using some of these Tier 5 teams. I think there are 6 or 7, maybe even 8 Tier 5 teams that we're going to be cycling through. But yep, first it's going to be Central Michigan. Again, let's just go over to their depth chart right now, because I know I don't really do that in the actual game that we recorded. And these are all going to be like the film review styles. These are all going to be played, like I said, on a new account. No live commentary or anything. We're just going to go through and again give a little bit more detail of what I'm trying to do with each specific team, because some of these teams are going to be very different, especially when we get to like an Army or an Air Force. We are going to play a lot differently with those teams than we will with Central Michigan. So first thing we do here with Central Michigan, Emmanuel is for sure going to be your quarterback if you're using Central Michigan. He's not even just for speed, abilities. He has Silver Extender and Silver Magician. That alone would make him the starter, plus he has 90 speed, which is a great threat to have a running quarterback like that. Now at halfback, we don't have too many great options, but this Luke's is totally fine. 80 overall, 88 speed with a bronze sidestep. The abilities are always good to have. I don't juke a ton. I play a conservative a lot just to try to avoid fumbles, at least when I remember, which isn't all that often, but that is kind of the overall goal. Wide receivers, we have a 92 speed here. We have a 91 speed here with Davis, and I'm just showing you kind of how I'm going to set this up when we actually get into a game. And then you have your choice here between these two. I mean, they're pretty much the exact same, so we'll go with the higher overall one at wide receiver 3. Williams will be a wide receiver 4, and hey, we have 4 90+ speed receivers for a Tier 5 team. Incredible. Very, very good. Now we can play whatever style of offense we want, because a lot of times it's going to be kind of dictated by the team you pick, and this is also why I always preach to go through your depth chart before you get into a game. Now, these changes aren't going to save when you get into a game, but at least you'll know who you have on the field, what changes you want to make when you get into a game. So for sure, go into your depth chart before you go into a game. We're going to change our tight end, get up to an 80 speed here with Gavin Harris. Offensive line, we're pretty much just going to rock whatever we got here. Not going to be great. Defensive line, what we're going to look for, and we're not going to see a ton on these guys, is any sort of like quick jumps or grip breakers. See, like bouncer, don't really care about that. It's really quick jumps, inside disruptors, outside disruptors, and grip breakers is what we want to see on the defensive line. We don't see any there, so we're not going to have any on this whole defensive line. Kind of a bummer. But what we do have is an 87 speed middle linebacker, and it is good if you can to have one of your middle linebackers in as a sub linebacker, because that will help with the run a little bit. I don't remember if I actually do that or not, and I'll go over sub linebacker here in just a second, but I don't remember in the game if I do that or not. It was recorded a little while ago. Except bouncer, don't care. We're really looking for speed at linebackers. Like I said, if we can have linebackers that we can actually like use or trust to have enough speed to get out to the zones we're putting them on, then we can keep them in. Otherwise, we're going to be using safeties in those spots. We also have an unbelievable cornerback here. 87 overall with 96 speed, Dante Kent. Knockout, ball hawk, blanket coverage. Very, very good corner. Personally, when especially using, well, with any team, I run a ton of nickel, but I think it's a really good idea to run with a lot of tier 5 teams too, because you just don't have very good cornerbacks. We'd swap these. I do see 90 speed down here, but this guy's what, 6'2", which is very good. He's 5'11". So how I should set this up in the game, I'm not 100% sure I do, is swap these two. So we'll have a 6'2" with 89 speed corner on one side. We'll have Kent be our other outside, and our slot will be Jackson, where we don't care about height as much in the slot, but it is still a benefit to have. And we don't care about speed as much either, but 5'10", that is really small. So I wouldn't hate just coming down here and trying to find somebody with a little more. He's a strong safety though. Somebody with a little more size. Even that row is still pretty small. Somebody like this Mark Allen Gay, he could 100% go in and be your slot corner. 6 foot 180. He's only 65 overall, but 88 speed. Pretty decent for your slot. It's really, if we can have 3 90 speed receivers and 3 90 speed corners, we're in a good spot looking for tier 5 games. We like where we're at. Free safety, I definitely have to change this to something. I don't know what I'd change it to, but 86 speed is just kind of brutal, so we probably just put 88 speed up there. Strong safety, golden. A strong safety with quick jump is insane, by the way, but 5'10", 200 pounds, 90 speed, he can be your starting strong safety. The other thing, so if we did have quick jumps, hypothetically, except for our strong safety, we would want to double check this RLE and RRE. Those are your rush left end, your rush right end. Make sure your quick jumps are in those spots. We don't have any here, so we don't have to worry about it. Rush D tackle, if you have quick jumps, or not quick jumps, grip breakers, inside disruptor, outside disruptor, things like that, that can go in your rush D tackle spot. Sub linebacker, this is how we put those safeties in to be our linebackers. I believe the rule is, I could be wrong, but what I remember is any defensive formation that has 3 corners and 2 safeties, so 5 defensive backs, uses sub linebackers instead of who you have in at middle linebacker. So when I run like nickel over, it's the sub linebackers that are on the field, not whoever's in at middle linebacker. So this is how we put in whoever we put in. It doesn't really matter. I'll just show you as an example. You put in your free safety and strong safety here, go into the game, or if you do this after you go into a game in your depth chart, those will be your safeties in something like nickel over. So that is how we do that. Slot corner, we would just double check because we do not want Kent to be a slot corner. He is way too good to be a slot corner. So we would just put like Badgett here and then just throw anybody else over here. But we just cannot have, actually he's our other outside guy. We just need to make sure that Kent is not our slot corner. He's got to be on the outside. That's usually where their fastest guys are going to be, especially considering we play zone almost all the time. If we were man-to-man, maybe we could do that a little differently, but considering we're in zone, we need Kent to be one of our outside corners. He's almost always going to be in a deep third. We need somebody who can get out there and keep up with those if we're going against somebody with a fast wide receiver, which we actually do in this game, but he never really uses them because we play, well, you'll see who we play here. Game 1, tier 5 takeover. Again, we were starting 0-0. And let me show you guys really quick too. Anybody who might not know, if the servers are working, which they weren't when I started this. Can I sign in? Yes, I can. Okay. So if you're using tier 5 teams and you're sick of just running into Alabama and Ohio State over and over again, what can help, not guaranteed to help, but what can help is, yeah, this is my Heisman division account, is to come in, select your tier 5 team, hit A, come down here to search settings, change that to tier 5. That's not always going to, it doesn't guarantee you're going to match up against a tier 5 team, but throughout Campus Tour, when I played with every team in the game, this definitely helped, because I played Alabama, it was 180 games, and I think I played Alabama 6 times. Setting this, it honestly does help. It's not going to find you that exact tier every single time, but it helps a lot. So I highly recommend doing that, especially unless you want the challenge of going against like an Alabama or something like that. But highly recommend doing that. All right, now we can jump over to our game footage. Central Michigan, first ever game on this new account we started. First ever game of the tier 5 takeover. Let's see how we can do. And our opponent, the Army Black Knights. Interesting first game for us to get. Yeah, and I think I like doing this kind of style for these specific videos. I'm not sure when this is coming out, but we are doing more live commentary stuff too with our new series I'm doing on the main account. But I don't know, I think this will be good for a series like this because I can play these whenever, even if I don't want to do commentaries. So let's see what changes I'll end up making here. For sure, quarterback, Emmanuel, yep. See, in this, because I went through the depth chart before, I know who I'm putting in what spots. So it's going to make us go a lot faster. Especially, you know, you hit pause, they unpause right away. You just don't have time sometimes to do all the changes you want to do, and we still don't have all the time we want to do here. Trying to get to corner, and I think I run out of time here very, very quickly. So do just use Turner Kinsler there, okay. And yes, he unpaused right away, so he only had 30 seconds. So you gotta be quick with those. Let's see, what do we come out in here? Tight open. Tight open. Very good formation. And I think I just called slot post. Very good play. You don't have to do any hot routes. Oh, of course. We'll see. Yeah, you don't have to do any hot routes here. So what we're looking at right now, single high safety. I've said in videos before, if you're playing an online game and a single high safety, it's almost always going to be cover 3. It can be cover 1 man, but not a lot of people online actually run that. So I see single high safety against, like in a dynasty against a computer or something like that. You have to worry more about man. But in this instance, I'm thinking cover 3 right away. And this isn't the best cover 3 beating play. Yeah, see, we didn't have too much there. We just take our drag, take our 9. We got speed all over the field. We got speed everywhere. That's why we can just take those drags and take 9 yards. So this, I actually remember what happens here. I see he's in cover 3 match. I'm going to bet he's not going to change, especially down at this lower level. He's probably going to be calling that same defense without any changes to it. No coach adjustments, no defensive adjustments or anything. We're betting on that. We're going to call the play that's going to beat it. Verticals, halfback burst right here out of tight open. We want this option route gone on Y. We just put him on a streak. So now one of these seams is going to get open if he's still in cover 3 match, which it looks like he is. Looks to be the exact same defense. Single high safety here. See ya. There goes Y. Right up the seam. Breaks the match. Because he's only got 3 deep zones that are trying to match 4 deep routes. It just can't. He can't do it. It just can't be done. Early touchdown, Central Michigan. That's how we like to start. That's how we like to start. So on defense, we are of course expecting a flexbone attack here from Army. So these are the changes I like to make. Defensive read keys on conservative. So the read key is going to focus on the quarterback. Pitch key aggressive. So they're going to focus on the pitch guy. So when the read happens, we're going after the quarterback. When they're concerned about the pitch, they go after the pitch guy. That's the way I like to do it, personally. I'm still not sure what formation I like to. And then he actually comes out and trips offset, of course. So we just go to nickel over here. And I am trying more cover 4 match defense out of a cover 0 shell. Say, destroy that run. I'm not sure how much I like it, but that's something I'm trying. The only thing I'd like to do is bring this guy down, our slot corner. We could press him down. But yeah, we get that purple zone out of there. Yep, I did actually just do that. And it goes to just that quick out. There's not going to be a lot we can do against that in cover 4. Oh, he goes to that a lot, actually. And we start trying to adjust to it. All right, now he's going to flexbone tight. I still don't know what defense I like to call against flexbone. We go to 4-3, 4-6, double mug. We're going to try a few different things here. Nickel over is one I don't like, personally. But see, now we're in that cover 0. So look how tight everybody is down at the line of scrimmage, which I kind of actually love for this a little bit. I don't know if I really love it. Because if he breaks through here, there's just nobody back to help. So we just kind of move everybody back over there. Try to get everybody into position here. He does go for a pass. We're out there with our D tackle. Send that guy. Accurate pass, that's intercepted. And another thing, too, I know people have asked. So this guy's in a purple zone out here. How you get him to go after the quarterback here when you're worried about him scrambling, just click in your right stick. It's going to send that zone down after the quarterback. So that's what we did there. Big slow guy, our big defensive end. Must have been a defensive end or something. Gets down there, makes him throw it. Again, accurate ball, that's intercepted, so that's a little unlucky. So now he's going to flexbone trio right. Again, I'm just not sure what to call here on defense, and it's trio right. The main play we're worried about here is double post. That's a pass play like everybody calls. These guys are both going to be on posts. We kind of have to watch this guy. And number 22. We have to watch number 4 and 22. Is our user responsibility here. Then I pinch the line and put contains. So I'm hoping this pinch is going to help stop Udo from running here. And contains, with the pinch line, the contains aren't going to do very much. So I feel like I have to do one or the other. I don't like doing both. Because if they're still out wide, the defensive ends, they're going to do a much better job doing contains. He goes for the out route. Oh, that was actually a decent switch stick, but then I just let him run with Daly. But I actually like seeing my switch stick here, because I see this is open. I'm not really doing anything here with the user. So we actually just switch over to Kent and try to take this away. And then I try to go back to that for no reason. And then just let him run. Just absolutely just let him run there with Daly. Okay, so what I do here is I'm actually getting my guys on the field because we didn't have time when we did the depth chart in the beginning. You can just do it from the formation screen too, but obviously it's just going to be for that specific formation. They're not actually our sub linebackers. Just when we're in nickel over, they will be our linebackers now. So if you like to change different formations and do things like that, that was crazy. But yeah, if you like to change different formations, make sure to put them in at sub linebacker so that no matter what formation you call, essentially, they'll be in. I just sit nickel over a ton, so I was fine just doing it like that. So again, we do our pinch and contain, which I actually don't hate when he's in Flexbone as much, because it's going to help stop that QB from running outside on run plays. And that's why we set the thing to be, our read key is right here. He's focused on the quarterback. So he is going to stay on this quarterback, and then everyone else, once he goes to pitch, focuses on Udo. So my main responsibility when he's running like a triple option is going to be the quarterback if he gets outside, because everyone else is going to be going after the pitch guy. That's how I like to defend it. Then our read stays there, he fumbles, lineman just jumps right on it. Alright. So he's staying in trio right. We're still just kind of doing what we're doing here. The cover 4 match, keeping match and everything. And now he just goes Udo right up the middle. That Udo is such a tank. You're definitely going to struggle almost every tier 5 team, unless you're like North Texas. They have a stud defensive tackle. But not having those abilities on the D-line, it's going to be really hard to stop the run. So we're hoping he's not going to just keep doing that. But he is. And that time it looked like it was actually a triple option. He made the right read and actually handed that off to Udo. Now I'm just in shambles. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm audibling plays. I'm trying a bunch of different things. I got to stop this Udo. You got to stop Udo. Gets another solid gain there. Already down to the 35. Now I'm going to change up formations here. Going to 4-3. He's staying in trio right, which I really don't think is the best Flexbone formation, but hey. Oh, nope, I don't change formations. I'll just stay right nickel over. Let you just keep running all over me. That's fine. I don't know what I was thinking here. He's audibling to something. And the way this cover 4 quarters is set up right now, so we have the deep quarter over here, deep quarter here, purple zone here. Purple zone's initial responsibility is going to be number 4. If he goes vertical, it switches to this guy. If he stays within, I think it's like 7 yards, the purple zone's going to stay on him. We are the 3 rec hook, 3 receiver hook. Number 22 is the 3rd receiver in this formation, so he's mainly who we're watching, especially if he goes like over the middle. That's kind of our concern if he's passing. I don't know. He hasn't really... Oh, he is. Let's see. Then he goes back to that quick out. I think I start trying to adjust to that here. We go to a cover 3 sky. I need to bring this safety down. If we're going to go to a cover 3 like that, we need to get him in a spot to be able to help out on those runs. I'm going to go Tampa 2. I mean, Tampa 2 I think is a good adjustment for that quick out route he's been trying. This cloud flat should do an okay job against it. I'm hoping. But actually what I do, I want to see if I show my play art here. But I know what I just did. I took this cloud flat off. I manned this up and then shaded him to the left. Alright, so let's see if we can see those adjustments I made here. I think I get a little confused here for a second. Okay, so that was me manning him up. So we double tap Y. Nope, not this part. Not this part. Right here. So we double tap Y. Hit Y and then Y again. It's going to bring up your secondary adjustments. Then we're going to select X for this guy. Hit up on the right stick. And then select whatever button this receiver is. That is going to man him up on that receiver. And then we hit Y and then A, it's going to bring up, I don't know if we're going to be able to actually see this one. That happened pretty quick. So we hit Y and A, and it's going to bring up this here. So now we're individually adjusting for their wide receivers. So we hit Y and A brings this up. We're going to select X, this outside receiver he is manned up on, and shade to the left, shade outside. So we're hoping that's going to guard that man route, that little out route. See, oh yeah, we did see he was manned up there. He goes back to the triple option. Whoops-a-doopsie, buddy. Whoops-a-doopsie, buddy. So we have our defensive end there on the contain. He actually does a good job cutting this up and getting in front of that. But then number 4, he's focused on the pitch guy, right? So see, he's staying out on the pitch guy. That's why it's our responsibility as the user to get over and try to tackle this quarterback, because they are worried about the pitch, and that also can lead to that. An incredible play by number 4, Kent, the stud. Unbelievable play to jump in front of that. Gets, I think it's an interception. It kind of is. He intercepted the pitch, runs it back for the Central Michigan touchdown. 14-0 Chippewas. So he's coming back out in trio right. We are going to come out in 4-3 under this time. We are going to be trying a little bit of a different defense. He's been killing us on that out route and runs up the middle. So that's kind of where my main concern is right now. So I'm bringing that safety down even, and that just doesn't really matter. What I should do, and I think I do, is start shifting the defensive line that way. Instead of pinching them, shift them to the right. So that's where this run has gone every time. Then he goes to QB power, gets his way through there, gets hit pretty good, but holds on to it. Let's see, yeah, there we go. There we go. Shifted him to the right that time. I like that. What I don't love, and I think see, there's that quick out. It's just a lot to try to do every play. To do like that thing with the D-line, get that guy manned up. I should probably just start calling man coverage, and then I could just shade and probably press him or something. So we do call man coverage here, but that quick out would still probably be there if that's what he runs. But we shifted our line to the right. We moved that guy who was manned up down over there, and he still just runs right up the middle. Still just runs right up the middle. We have to... I like that shift to the right, but like I said, just with the D tackle Central Michigan has, it's gonna be tough for us to stop that. Now we go to 4-6 bear. Let's just get the bears on the field. Just get all the big boys out there. We're just selling out for it now. And we did the individual shade over there again. We called man coverage, so this guy's manned up over here. I should individually press him too, which you can do the same way we did the shading. It's just Y-A X in this instance, down on the left stick, would just press this guy instead of pressing everybody on your defense. It's probably what I should do. But we don't. He just goes for a regular pass play. It's a good time for us to send a blitz there. Good for us to go to bear and send that blitz. Now we actually switch to a cover 3 because we're thinking he might be passing this time. Nope, run up the middle. It's not Udo though. So he runs right through our D tackle and we just shut him down. Love to see that. 4th and 7. We got to be worried about this. Yep. These are the mistakes that are going to happen because these are games I record like really late at night. I might not be fully functioning, but we've seen him do that with Daly before. I needed to remember that and adjust for that, especially out of this formation. That purple zone's like our defensive end. He's not going to get out there in time. That wall stunt, I hate the way that looks. Did we just call like a big man blitz here again? We did. Yeah, I like him being pressed over there, especially with us shifting our line. That's going to open up his quarterback a little bit more, and that's where I don't think I moved our stud cornerback, because that's where he should be, on the fastest guy on Army. Is that short? Yeah, I think that's just another mistake. Because I think number 4 is still our slot corner. And he shouldn't be. That is crazy he got out of there. That is just insane that he got out of there. Look at that. Breaks the tackle, gets on out, gets a gain of 7. Okay, bud. Okay, bud. So now we are... He's going to pistol. Looks like pistol train? I don't remember. They have so many pistol formations. See, this is what I was saying earlier, too. This guy's on a purple zone. He's not going to be fast enough, really, to go for Daly if he rolls out to the left here. So I'd almost rather have him on a contain or something like that. And he goes for that quick out. We were ready for it that time. Somewhat. At least we got a knockout. We'll take those. He's back in trio right, 4th and 3. I have to worry about that QB run. I have to. I wouldn't hate... I don't want to see cover 3 here. Yeah, I did. I did call cover 3, didn't I? Okay, no, I called man. I like this a lot better. man with this guy shaded outside over here on the left. We're getting down here to at least spook him out of being able to run with his quarterback. So we're going to come down here and be the kind of take this edge and try to watch if he's just immediately. Okay, we do have contains. Good, good, good. And then at the last second, I shift my D-line over to the left because I know he's going to try to roll out to the left because there's just nobody over here. So we have contains and then shifted our whole line over to the left. And then it ends up not really mattering, but we do spook him off of being able to run that. He tries a crazy throw with Daly, can't get it. Thankfully, he didn't commit to that run because he had that very, very easily. Now we'll come into some pistol Y-off trips. Oh, I called all go here for sure. Yeah. This is one of my favorite plays. Pistol Y-off trips all go with a drag on RB. Against a too high safety look, I love it. If he was in cover 3, I'd probably keep this guy in a streak. But too high safeties, I love the drag. Just create a high-low between that drag and our tight end. He just drops everyone back into coverage. We're going to have our tight end up here. We're going to have Y, it looks like, coming this way. But we're for sure going to have our tight end right there. But also, yikes. We could have gone Y. We definitely have our tight end. So he's staying just in cover 3, but we also have a 90-speed quarterback, so we can run a little with our quarterback too. You can run with Daly. We got a guy we can run with too. He was just in a cover 3, not a cover 3 match, just a regular cover 3. Now we're going back to shotgun. Spread halfback week. You guys should know. If you know anything about me, you know I love my spread formations. Going flank or dig? I wonder, my only thought with calling this is maybe because he was in cover 3, we're maybe hoping to hit 29 on a seam streak here. We'll see if that's where I look. No, he didn't have it. Didn't have it. He rushed 1. He rushed 1 guy. He put 2 QB spies on here. Got a little spooked by our 90 speed guy. We're waiting for somebody to come back. We got Y, yeah. If you're only sending 1, like, we're going to have so much time for these guys to bounce around and find somebody open. We'll take it. Now, Y shallow cross. This is one of my favorite man-beating plays. It looked like he was in man that time. It looks kind of like he's in man this time with where these safeties are at. The adjustment I do here is just put a post on A. Then if they do have deep zones, typically they're more concerned with this B, the deeper route, and it's going to leave A open underneath. We have the drag as a check down here. We can put our halfback like out on a flat or something. Just give us a few options just in case, but really we're looking for A on this. Like every time, that's where I'm looking as A. So he actually did send a blitz here. It does look like it's man coverage just by looking over here. We should have A on this. Unless his user gets back there, but I don't think he's fast enough. I think we're going to have A. Yep. 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 It's so good. That play is just so good. And then we're down at the 1. I think we just, yeah, we probably just run this in. And that's just our 80 speed tight end too. Like, he's not even that good. Just that route and that combo is, it's just so good. It's so good. So we did come out in a run here. Then he comes out in what appears to be field goal block. So now we're going quick slants. And we'll just throw this flat to A, I'm assuming. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, 21-0. It looks to be off to a good start here on our march to the Heisman division using tier 5 teams. I don't think anything else happens here in the first half. Yeah, he obviously gets the ball, but I don't think anything of note happens. So let's just go to the second half. Yeah, so Army's ball here starts the second half, and they really need something here. The 3-minute quarters, it is awful tough to come back down. He just comes out in a Hail Mary. Awful tough to come back from down 21 with such short quarters. We're going to stay in our cover 4 match here. Just because I wanted to see how this works. So I'm kind of curious watching here. Oh, he just goes quick out. Okay. Hail Mary adjusts to just the quick out route. Sure. Just back out in Hail Mary. It's probably going to be the same thing. I think we're doing it. We're manning him up and shading outside again. You know, over here, I probably don't need to worry about it as much. On the left hash, a quick out I shouldn't be as concerned about. But we still do that. Goes for the quick out to the right side. That time our purple zone gets right underneath it. So, did I shade? I actually wanted to see what those purple zones said. I might have turned match off this time. Gosh, that goes by so quick. What did they say? They say quarter flat? Yes, they say quarter flat, so they are still going to match here. And then he just goes for that quick out again, but with the match on this side, he goes down, matches that, picks it off. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, Central Michigan ball, 1st and 10 to 34. This game is essentially, I mean, it was pretty over. Now it's really, really over. But we still want to go see if we can't get any more points here. Come back out, tight open, slot post. This is a pretty similar idea to that inside cross play, really. That post from your slot sides. Post going over the middle. Very, very good routes. Very good routes. Let's see, what do we go for here? Are we assuming... I'm thinking we're guessing he's still in man. So we're going for a corner wheel route over here. That post over the middle is probably going to be open. But I like that idea of putting that corner out over there. He's trying to user this guy. I'm going to throw it as user. I know I'm going to. Yep. Yep. We'll take it right at your user. We'll stunt on you a little bit too. But essentially, as soon as we saw he was using this guy, we were pretty confident on throwing this. Of course, we had the drag. We were going to have Y if we waited a second, but if we have that, we're going to take it. We're going to catch it. You're going to miss. We'll walk in. Touchdown Central Michigan. 28-0. I believe that is game. I think he leaves after that one, which is understandable. Or do we go on defense one more time? Oh, we do. Look at that. We do go on defense one more time. I thought that was game over. Okay. So we are in... Yeah, we're manning that up again. We're doing our same adjustment over here. Manning him up, shading him outside. Everything else looks like it's probably still just cover 4 match. He's going to stay on that one. Yep, he tries to go deep. Incomplete. So, same defense. 2nd and 10. Just run around like a madman back there with Bryson Daly. I'm hoping, honestly, a lot of the games are going to go like this. At least in the beginning. They should. But we could certainly find some really tough matchups still, even down here. You know, nobody wins every single game. There's going to be games we lose. There's going to be games we play very poorly in. All that happens to everybody. Everybody goes through that. Now he decides to quit. That's right. Instead of even trying another Hail Mary or anything, gets the 4th and 14. I'm out of here. Yeah, Central Michigan, one of my favorite Tier 5 teams for a reason. Having 4 90-speed receiving threats, having a 90-speed quarterback, as we saw a couple times we took off and ran there, having such a good cornerback with that number 4, Dante Kent, huge benefit, pretty good speed in the secondary. The only thing they don't have is some abilities on the defensive line that some of these other Tier 5 teams we're going to go over do have. But I do think Central Michigan was a good intro to the series, a good way to test it out, a good way to see how it goes. Let me know what you guys think of it. And I really don't know how long. I mean, it should be, so it's 10 games a season. How many divisions even are there? Like 5? 6? Something like that. So we probably will end up using some Tier 4 teams too, just to mix things up a little bit. Yeah, there's 7. Okay. And I don't even know if you can move up more than 1 per season or not. We'll find out, I guess. But that's episode 1 of our, I guess we'll just call it low tier takeover. Maybe we'll do Tier 5 takeover, and then I'll just use some other teams too. Tier 5 takeover, episode 1. Let me know what you guys thought. Hope you enjoyed it. I will see you next time. Until then, take it easy.